RKL the Infamous NWO back with another video doing my WWE Monday Night Raw. More of a recap than a review of Monday, May the 7th, 2012. And I did not watch the full episode of Raw because I was watching the new Avengers movie, which I watched from 7 to 9:30, and I didn't get home till about 10:15. So I only caught the last hour of the Raw where the Sheamus and Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio and Chris Jericho match happened. So, but I'll recap the beginning because I have the results right here. And Laurinaitis comes out. He talks about whatever. Punk comes out, makes fun of him. Punk's in a match against Lord Tensai tonight. Yep, nothing much there. Big Show defeats Cody Rhodes in a beats Cody Rhodes via countout and makes fun of Laurinaitis, and Eve comes out and tells him to apologize in front of national TV. Nothing big deal. Ziggler beat Kofi. That's good for Ziggler. Hopefully that was a good match. Let's run through this. Cena has an update on the medical condition, saying the doctor's saying not to compete at Over the Limit, but he said he is going to face the general manager, Mr. Laurinaitis. And then we got the match for the Diva Champion, the Diva Champion Layla and Kelly versus Natalya and Maxine. And Kelly and Layla won. So that's whatever, no one cares about that. Then we got Jericho and Sheamus versus Randy Orton. Yeah, Jericho and Del Rio versus Randy Orton and Sheamus. And this was actually a pretty good tag team match. And the heels got the better of the faces, and Jericho pinned Sheamus after Sheamus accidentally hit Orton with the Bro Carrot, got distracted, Codebreaker, 1, 2, 3. Jericho pinned Sheamus and saying that he should be the world champion because he'd been the champion. And then there's an argument backstage between Randy Orton and Sheamus. Alberto Del Rio attacked all of them, and Laurinaitis announced that at Over the Limit, instead of the one-on-one match between Sheamus and Del Rio, it was now a fatal four-way match between Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio versus Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho. So thinking where they were going to put Jericho after his feud with Punk, they threw him right back into another picture on SmackDown. So they pretty much switched Danielson, put him against Punk, and Jericho against Sheamus and Del Rio and Orton. So I guess there's no room in there for Christian, but that is actually a great move by WWE, putting this Fatal 4 match, adding something a little extra for that people want to see other than Punk versus Danielson. Next matchup, we got another match with Brodus Clay versus The Miz, and Brodus Clay beat The Miz. So Brodus Clay has not been just a former World Heavyweight Champion in Jack Swagger, but the former WWE Champion, the winner at WrestleMania 27 being John Cena in the main event, The Miz. Wow. Nothing more to say. And then we got Paul Heyman coming back representing Brock Lesnar, saying that Lesnar quit the company due to the unfair actions that WWE has put upon him after last week. Triple H revoked all of the new contract negotiations that happened, and Brock Lesnar quit, and I guess that is the end of Brock Lesnar for now. But Triple H will be back next week, so we'll see where this storyline is going. Hopefully we see Lesnar before SummerSlam, but I think his next match will be waiting until SummerSlam. So yeah, that should be the main event, Triple H versus Lesnar, and hopefully Lesnar can finally win a match, but I have a bad feeling Lesnar's going to lose his second match and continue his losing streak. Yes, Lesnar on a losing streak. That is the horrible idea that I think WWE will go on. And then we got the main event. Lord Tensai and CM Punk were supposed to have a one-on-one match, but Laurinaitis added Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, in a handicap match against Punk, and Lord Tensai gets the victory over CM Punk. So Lord Tensai, aka A-Train, aka Prince Albert, has gotten victories ever since debut 5 weeks ago over superstars John Cena and CM Punk. That is horrendous. I don't care if Lord Tensai beats the whole entire roster on Raw. It's just, why would they make them do this? Why won't they save a pay-per-view? I don't understand. Lord Tensai is not over. No one cares about Lord Tensai. No one cares about A-Train. Ever since his match against Undertaker at SummerSlam 03, that was the final straw with A-Train for me, and I hated him ever since then. I will never like Lord Tensai. I never will, and if I do, I am a hypocrite for saying all these things about him right now. But yeah, I hate A-Train. And that was Raw for you. And then Bryan, aka Bryan Danielson, got the label lock on Punk and started chanting yes. By the way, this Greensboro crowd, the home of the Crockett's, the home of WCW, a home of when WCW used to put on shows, the NWA. This crowd was horrible and horrendous. Greensboro, you have been revoked from having your wrestling card as a wrestling crowd, because this crowd was horrendous, and formerly once was the best wrestling crowd of all time. Greensboro was one of the best wrestling crowds around in the 80s, but I don't think so anymore, because that crowd was horrendous. But yep, that was Raw tonight. Overall, Raw was whatever. I could care less. I didn't watch the beginning, and what I caught from the ending was nothing. Everything was unforgettable except Lord Tensai winning. But yep, that is Raw. I will be doing a full analysis of Raw because I have a podcast that I'll be doing on a weekly basis. That'll be uploaded either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. I have the link for the first podcast, which was last week, which I thought did fairly well for people who watched and people who liked it and people who downloaded it. So the link will be down below if you didn't get the podcast for week 1. And week 2 will be recorded tomorrow and be up by tomorrow night or Wednesday morning, so check that out. I'll be reviewing Raw, SmackDown, previewing Over the Limit as so far, thoughts, whatever, ranting on whatever I need to rant on, and previewing Ring of Honor Border Wars, which I'll be there this Saturday night, which will be live on iPay-per-view. So yes, that was whatever Raw. There's my little plug for the podcast. If you didn't watch it, download it, or go check my video where you could watch on YouTube. Or yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching my review, and that is all.